In the 7th universe, 1 week had passed since Son Goku's battle against Vegeta and Frieza, who had teamed up to defeat Beerus, and thus rule the 7th universe together. But Vegeta and Frieza did not expect that Goku would return and face them both. Goku was now fine, more powerful, and having spent 30 years training, the Saiyan ended up defeating both enemies and saving Beerus' life in the process. Goku, with his new power that was on the same level as an angel's power, the Saiyan was able to face Vegeta and Frieza at the same time using his maximum power. Goku didn't have many difficulties because the moment Goku decided to end the battle, he defeated Vegeta and Frieza with great ease. With Son Goku's victory, the Saiyan took Vegeta back to the 7th universe, where Beerus almost eliminated Vegeta. But Bulma begged Beerus to spare her husband's life, and when she saw that he wouldn't do that, Bulma asked Goku to save him. Her husband, Goku accepted and stopped Beerus from taking Vegeta's life. And to ensure that he was no longer a threat, Goku ended up using his power and stealing a large part of Vegeta's powers, leaving the Prince of Saiyans weak enough that Beerus allowed him to live. But if Vegeta tried something like that again, he would be eliminated by Beerus, who would not hesitate to disintegrate Vegeta. After solving all the problems caused by Vegeta and Frieza, Goku returned to his home, leaving everyone surprised with his new appearance, especially his wife, who admitted that she found the new appearance very beautiful. And as Goku had returned, his family had a party just among friends. And even though Bulma's family did not attend the party, they paid for everything that would be used at the party, as a thank you for Goku saving Vegeta's life. With that, we end today's video. If you want to see the continuation of this incredible story, leave a lot of likes in the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you another day, guys! In the 11th universe. Currently in the 11th universe, it was possible to see that the Pride Troopers were completing yet another mission, saving an entire planet from destruction at the hands of a fleet of conquerors who had conquered several planets and only did not dominate that one because the members of the Pride Troopers protected the planet and eliminated everyone who tried to conquer that planet. Among the members of the Pride Troop who were on the planet, it was possible to see Jiren, the most powerful fighter in the 11th universe. He was sitting on a pile of debris meditating. But soon Jiren stopped meditating when he heard Toppo's footsteps approaching him. Jiren said, "Mission accomplished again, right, Toppo? I hope we didn't have any casualties on the civilian side." Jiren said while looking at his friend who, in the future, would be the next god of destruction of the 11th universe. Toppo said, "Yes, like everyone else, we managed to minimize casualties on the civilian side. But now I have something new for you. One that has to do with Son Goku," spoke Toppo, the current leader of the Pride Troopers, and also the future god of destruction of the 11th universe. Jiren said, "About Son Goku, what happened to him? That was so important for you to discover something about him." Jiren asked as he stood up and looked at the leader of the Pride Troopers with a certain curiosity regarding the Saiyan who had defeated him in the past during the Tournament of Power. Toppo said, "According to Vermont, that Vegeta guy who ended up defeating me in the Tournament of Power joined forces with that evil being called Frieza, and the two came up with a plan to eliminate Mr. Beerus, the god of destruction of the 7th universe. But Son Goku, who had been training for the last 30 years together with the High Priest, appeared and defeated Vegeta and Frieza with tremendous ease, and this was something surprising, since Vegeta and Frieza had a power that matched or even surpassed the power of a god of destruction. And from what Mr. Marmot told me, Son Goku's current power is as great as that of the angels." Toppo spoke while looking at his friend who, upon hearing that, was very surprised to learn the evolution of Son Goku, who acquired so much power in just 30 years of training. Jiren said, "I knew that Son Goku's potential was very great, but I never thought that he would be so powerful to the point of being able to reach the level of being as powerful as an angel. During the last few years, I've been training by Margarita, and I've already managed to overcome Vermont's power. But I don't think I'm capable of defeating Son Goku, and that makes me very excited about facing him." Jiren said with a smile on his face of pure excitement upon hearing that, something that surprised his friend, who was happy to see the excitement on Jiren's face. Toppo said, "It seems that he has no limits in terms of evolution, and that is something very surprising. But you are also much more powerful than 30 years ago. Maybe you are more powerful than Son Goku, but to know that, you two would have to fight again. And who knows, maybe this time you'll be able to defeat Son Goku." Toppo said as he truly believed that his friend could achieve the feat of defeating Goku in his current state. Jiren said, "You're right, and I also believe I can defeat Son Goku. But to be sure of that, I'll have to face him again." Toppo, Call Mr. Vermoth and tell him that I would like him to take me to the 7th universe so I can duel against Son Goku. Jiren said with a smile on his face as he looked at Toppo, who just nodded in agreement. In the 7th universe. Currently in the 7th universe, more precisely in Son Goku's house, it was possible to see that the Saiyan was lying in his bed next to his wife, who seemed to be younger. And all this because Goku ended up using his power to make his wife Chi-Chi more jovial. And he did this to her, repaying the wonderful night they had together the night before. Goku had regained all his powers, and after that, within minutes, Goku was outside his house. Goku said, did Jiren come to the 7th universe with Vermoth and Margarita? What do they want here in the 7th universe? Well, I don't think it's something very important, so I'll just ignore it, said the youngest Angel Goku, feeling the energy of the three beings reaching the 7th universe. Goku ignored it because it probably wasn't something he should know, and if it was, he would end up finding out. Some time passed, and Goku had just finished eating his breakfast. And as he did, he also ended up feeling the energy of Beerus, Vermoth, Whis, Margarita, and Jiren coming to the right of his house, something that made him sigh and go outside of his house. And upon arriving outside in a matter of seconds, a pillar of energy appeared in front of Goku's house, who had a cup of coffee in his hand. Goku said, "How could I help you today? Because I don't think you came to have breakfast at my house. After all, you didn't leave the 11th universe just for something like that. Especially you, Jiren," Goku said while looking at everyone, especially Jiren, who was surprised by the appearance that Goku now had. After all, it was a very different appearance from his old one. Jiren said, "You've changed a lot since the last time I faced you, Son Goku. I remember that you had black hair and your skin was more tanned. But now your skin is bluish, white, and your hair is silvery white. And that reminds me a lot of when you managed to use the power of Ultra Instinct to its maximum potential during that fight of ours, where I ended up leaving as the defeated," Jiren said as he approached the new Angel Goku and greeted him. Goku said, "I must say that you are also very different from 30 years ago, Jiren. At that time, you wouldn't take the initiative to greet me for anything. But now your personality has changed, and apparently your power has also increased. And seeing that you came to my universe, I could tell that you want a friendly duel, am I correct?" asked the new angel while looking at his old enemy Jiren, who smiled at Goku. Jiren said, "I see that time has made you smarter. Yes, I came to the 7th universe to be able to face you. After all, 30 years ago I was defeated, and now I want a rematch," Jiren said excitedly, and this made Goku smile. And then a kind of dome was created in the sky, and they both disappeared and reappeared inside the dome, created to withstand the blows from Jiren and Goku. Upon seeing where he was, Jiren moved away a little, and after a few seconds, Jiren advanced towards Goku, who just took a step to the side, dodging the attack. Then Goku threw a punch in Jiren's stomach, followed by a sequence of blows, finishing with a kick to Jiren's face, throwing him against the dome. Jiren, after receiving the attacks, managed to recover quickly and advance towards Goku, but faster than before, landing a punch on Goku, who, despite receiving the blow, counterattacked with a kick to Jiren's stomach, who held Goku's leg and then threw it against the dome. Goku was going to continue the fight against Jiren at the same pace, but when he looked lightly at his house, he realized that his wife was waking up, and he didn't want to anger Chi-Chi by fighting close to home. So Goku released his power using the same way he used against Jiren, Vegeta, and Frieza, and advanced towards Jiren, who didn't even have time to react, when he received a sequence of blows that ended up knocking him out. Something that surprised Vermoth and Margarita, as Jiren was not a weak opponent, and being defeated like that left everyone surprised. Goku took Jiren close to Margarita, and she completely healed him. Jiren woke up at the same moment. Goku said, "Let's fight again, Jiren, but not today, because I don't want to bother my wife," Goku said while looking at Jiren. Jiren said, "Let's go, but not with this angel power. If I'm going to face you again, it will be against your Saiyan power," Jiren said, and Goku sighed. Goku said, "Sorry, that's impossible. From the moment I became that way, I completely lost my Saiyan powers, and as such, my transformations as well," Goku said with a sad sigh, as he liked his old Saiyan transformations. Whis said, "About that, I can help Mr. Goku recover his Saiyan powers," said the angel with a calm smile on his face, surprising Goku with his words. In the 7th universe. Currently in the 7th universe, more precisely at the home of Son Goku and his wife Chi-Chi, it was possible to see that all those who came to planet Earth with Jiren were in the room talking. Chi-Chi was not surprised to see several different beings. She just thought it was funny, the fact that a clown was a god of destruction. Chi-Chi couldn't hold back her laughter, and Vermont even thought about saying something to threaten her. But the god of destruction of the 11th universe knew that if he tried to eliminate Chi-Chi, the chances of him getting out of the dungeon alive 7th universe were extremely low, as Goku would end his life. As Jiren was stronger than Vermont, and Goku had easily defeated his most powerful warrior, so Vermont knew he would not be an opponent worthy of Goku. Chi-Chi said, "Let me see if I understand. Goku and this man called Jiren faced each other, and Goku won easily. Then Goku told him to fight again, but Jiren said he will only face Goku again if he uses his Saiyan power. But Goku, after managing to master the true power of Ultra Instinct, he lost his Saiyan powers and got new ones as an angel, similar to Whis and this woman called Margarita. And according to Whis, he knows of a way for Goku to recover the Saiyan powers he had. I sum it up well, or did I forget something?" Chi-Chi asked after summarizing everything she heard to see if she had understood everything correctly. Goku said, "Yes, dear. Apparently, Whis has a way to recover my Saiyan power, but I thought that was impossible since the High Priest had told me that when I got that way, I had transformed into a being superior, and with that I had lost all the Saiyan power that I had. And even though I tried, I couldn't transform into a Super Saiyan or any other Saiyan transformation that I had." Goku spoke as he remembered that he was no longer able to access his Saiyan power. Whis said, "Indeed, but you can still access the Saiyan power that you had in the past. But to do so, you will have to recover your Saiyan tail, and with that your old powers will return. And don't worry, because you won't lose your angel power. In reality, you would practically be a hybrid between an angel and a Saiyan, and probably all your Saiyan transformations will be more powerful than before," said the angel while looking at Son Goku, who was impressed by that. After all, he thought that recovering his Saiyan tail was something impossible to happen. Goku said, "My Saiyan tail? I thought it would be impossible to get her again. It's been so many years since my tail was cut that I thought I would never have it again, much less that I would need it to recover my Saiyan powers. But how are we going to do that?" Goku asked while looking at his wife, who was the only one present in the place who had ever seen him as a child when he still had his tail. Chi-Chi said, "If Goku just needs to recover his Saiyan tail, then we only need Shenron. After all, he has the ability to grant wishes, and I think he should be able to make Goku's tail come back. In reality, I thought that you just hadn't done it until today because you didn't want to accidentally lose control by turning into that giant ape like you did in the past." Son Goku's wife said to her husband, who only now realized that he could have recovered his tail in the past using Shenron, but he never thought about that in the past. Whis said, "In the past this would have been possible, but now it will not be possible to use Shenron's power to recover Goku's tail, since now his power is at a higher level, and thanks to this, Shenron's power is useless. But I can help resolve this in a very simple but somewhat painful way," said the angel while looking at Goku, who was thoughtful. But he soon sighed as he looked at Whis. Goku said, "I accept it even though it's painful, unable to withstand the pain, and it would be worth it to recover my Saiyan power, because I'm also wanting to get my Saiyan power back. I admit I missed the transforming into Super Saiyan," Goku said while lightly scratching the back of his head and looking at Whis. Whis said, "Since that's how it is, then let's go," said the angel, getting up and leaving the house along with the rest of the group, except Chi-Chi, who stayed at the entrance of the house. Chi-Chi said, "Goku, get home before lunch, or at least before dinner," the woman said to her husband, who just nodded positively, and soon he and the rest of the group disappeared in a pillar of energy. World of the Supreme Kai. Currently in the world of the Supreme Kai, it was possible to see a pillar of energy appearing in the place, and from that pillar, Goku's group left, and soon they saw Supreme Kai, who was drinking tea at that moment, waiting for everyone's arrival, as Whis had already warned the Mr. Kaio. Supreme Kai spoke, "You took a long time. I thought you wouldn't need me anymore to help Son Goku recover his Saiyan tail." Supreme Kai spoke calmly while looking at Goku. Goku said, "What are we going to do now? I don't think the Supreme Kai has the ability to make me recover my tail, and along with that my Saiyan powers. I don't want to offend you, the Supreme Kai." Goku said it because he didn't believe the Supreme Kai could help him recover his Saiyan powers. The Supreme Kai said, "Don't doubt me. I can bring your tail back using this." Supreme Kai spoke, showing a cup of tea, something that surprised everyone except Whis and Margarita. Whis said, "That tea has properties to make a person look young, but without changing their appearance itself. In a simple way, by drinking this tea, Mr. Goku will return a few years, but will still remain with his current powers in his body, untouchable." This tea only provides the feeling of being younger, recovering the vigor of the Saiyan power, and thus Goku will be able to recover his tail or a part of it. The rest is the part that will hurt, said the angel as he took the tea and took it to Goku, giving it to him, and with that Goku drank the tea, and seconds later he felt strange in his body, as soon as he could see that his tail had grown a little. Goku said, "Well, now I have my tail again, but I don't feel my Saiyan power, and my tail is very small." "So, Whis, what's the next step for me to recover my Saiyan power?" Goku asked while looking at the angel, who soon smiled and pulled out a huge pincer from completely nowhere. This surprised Goku and left him scared. Whis said, "In a simple way, you will fly at full speed while I clamp your tail using these clamps, and this will make your tail grow long enough, and when that happens, you will immediately feel your Saiyan powers return. So let's get started soon," said the angel while looking at Goku, who just sighed and turned to Whis, who used the tweezers to trap Goku's tail. The next angel began to float and propel himself in the air, and little by little Goku's tail began to grow until after a few seconds, it reached the ideal size, revealing that, like his hair, his tail was now silvery white. And at that exact moment this happened, Goku stopped floating and simply transformed into a Super Saiyan, but remained with the same angelic appearance. Goku said, "It looks like we can fight now, Jiren, as I've been away from my wife for the last 30 years, and I want to reward her. So I ask you to come with everything at once because I want to end this fight quickly," asked the hybrid, who transformed again, but now in a Super Saiyan blue form. And seeing this, Jiren just smiled at him. Jiren said, "I understand. My wife also doesn't like it very much when I'm away from home for a long time, especially now that my first child was born. She's already pregnant with our second child. So let's go with everything, Son Goku," Jiren said as he prepared himself and released his power, causing a flaming white aura to surround his body, something that made Goku smile. Goku and Jiren stood still, but after a few seconds, they both disappeared and reappeared in front of each other, clashing their fists, generating an explosion of energy. Soon the two warriors came out of a smoke screen and began to face each other, exchanging a sequence of punches and kicks at high speed, generating other explosions. But these were smaller than the first explosion. Goku then managed to open a gap and threw a punch at Jiren, who managed to turn his body and punch Goku in the face with the back of his fist. But Goku managed to use the strength of that attack to land a kick to Jiren's stomach. Making you take a few steps back, Goku and Jiren smiled at each other when they saw that they were on the same level at that moment. But it didn't take long for both of them to smile at each other and move forward again, starting an exchange of blows between them, where Goku quickly attacked Jiren, landing several blows on him, and Jiren landed a few blows, but the ones he landed were very powerful, making Goku let out a few grunts of pain. Jiren also let go sometimes. But it didn't take long for Jiren to accidentally open his guard, and with that Goku landed a powerful blow to Jiren's stomach, followed by a right hook that sent him flying, and before he knew it, Goku appeared in the sky above Jiren with a Kamehameha ready. And without hesitation, he fired his attack at Jiren, who crossed his arms in an X to defend himself. And with that, a large wave of energy hit Jiren, who went against the ground, and luckily Whis and Margarita were there, because if they weren't, that world would have been completely destroyed by the blows between those two, and Goku's Kamehameha would have ended the rest of the world. After that attack, Jiren was quite injured, but he could still continue the fight. But when looking at Goku, Jiren realized that Goku was still too strong for him, making Jiren sigh as he was still not as good enough a level to make Goku fight using 100% of his power. Jiren said, "I think we can finish here. You're even powerful than you ever were, Son Goku. So it looks like I will have to intensify my training to an extreme level. So get ready because I will reach your level of power, and I will defeat you. I can say that as a promise," Jiren said after getting up and approaching Goku, greeting him as a sign of a good fight. Goku said, "I'm looking forward to facing you again, Jiren, so become more powerful, and don't think that I won't train either. After all, I feel that my Saiyan power hasn't reached its maximum potential yet. So don't be surprised if our next duel, I appear with a new transformation." Goku was excited as he held Jiren's hand and squeezed it, just like Jiren himself. Beerus said, "It seems that now these two have become rivals. Two rivals with gigantic power who belong to different universes. That's something you need to see," commented the God of Destruction of the 7th Universe upon seeing that scene. With that, we end today's video. If you want to see the continuation of this incredible story, leave a lot of likes in the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you another day, guys!